Thank you for joining us for our monthly New Jersey MBA Women's Committee live webinar. I'm your host today, Megan Anderson. Laura Brandeo, who is our other fabulous host, couldn't make it here today, but she will be joining us for the next one, so stay tuned for that. But we both want to welcome you to our very honored and exciting guest today. She's a certified integrative nutrition health coach, a certified passion test facilitator, a dream builder coach, and a life mastery consultant. And today she's going to be sharing her Dream Masterclass program with us. She's going to show us 3 key ways to create a life that we love. And today we are going to walk away with greater clarity on what goals and dreams we have that lead us to live in an inspired life. And with that awareness, well, it's going to help us reach our goals a lot quicker. It's also going to help instill the confidence that we need to reach those goals, not let fear take control of us. And with all that, it's going to help us match our vibrational energy with the life that we want to create. Join me in welcoming Inge Maskun.
Thank you, thank you. So can I just share it now?
Yes,
okay. Thank you very much, Megan. I really appreciate, I'm so happy and grateful to welcome all of you to this presentation, 3 secrets to creating the dream and the results you love. So my name is Inge Maskun, as Megan was saying. I am the CEO and founder of Inge Maskun Coaching, a transformative guidance to living your inspired life. So my certification is from 3 different areas here. And the last one is with Brief Thinking Institute. So just a quick reminder, this is a participative session. So I invite you to raise your digital hand, chat in your answer in the chat box when time comes, and Megan will help me navigate that. So first and foremost, I want to celebrate you. You are the most important asset in your life. Not your education, not your career, not your investment, not your property. Because if you are not thriving, if you don't love your life, what does it matter anyway to have everything in life, right? Most people on this planet Earth, unfortunately, will live and die never knowing that they are much more capable than they realize. They can become freer, fuller, more expansive than what they are now. Now you are here today. You invest this time to explore and create the dream and the results you love to have. I celebrate that, and I invite you to celebrate yourself. Okay, let's get started here. Now, reflect on this question. And please share your answer in the chat box. What would change in your life if you could live your dream life? What would change? I want you to remember, if you don't want to chat it in, sink it in your own heart, your own soul. This answer is what we are exploring today. We are in service. What we're exploring today is in service of this answer you are saying to yourself. Or let me see. Stress level and time, more joy, less work. These are all stress level. Wonderful. These
well, very
are good.
stressful people in this industry.
Yeah, I can say all of us though, most of us. Now here's my sincere intention. Megan shared this with us before. So you're gonna walk away from this presentation with greater clarity on your dream or vision, and 3 secrets that you're gonna walk away with that helps you achieve this dream or vision even faster than you imagine, and feeling even more confident in the power that lies within you to achieve them. Now, to help you get started here, first step, let me share the first story with you. So this is a story of a mother mouse who is leading her 3 children through a house, when suddenly they come around a corner and they see a cat. So this cat is ready to attack the baby mice. To protect her children, the mother mouse then says in a very loud voice, "Ruff, ruff, ruff." Cat gets so scared, it runs off. So the mother mouse then looked at her children and says, "Now, children, always remember this moment. Never underestimate the power of learning more than one language." It's a fun story. But this cat represents something. It represents what was standing in the way where the mouse wanted to be. Now, right now, there is something standing between you and what you want. So knowing the language of success will help you overcome any difficulty you're facing. You may call this language of success a pattern or a system or a way of doing things that creates the results you want. So once you understand what this language is, you can apply it to any area of your life that you want to improve. Now, digital hand, raise your hand. If you have ever achieved a dream or a goal that when you first had that dream or goal, you did not know how you were going to achieve it. Anybody? Okay, okay. Now that proves a point that you are much more capable than you realize. You might not know it back then, but there was something in the quality of your thinking that have helped you create that result. Now we're going to explore this thinking later. Just know that your dreams and goals are often born out of the challenges you are facing. Now tell me if anybody here today has a challenge or you have some areas of your life that you would love to improve. You can raise your hand. Digital hand. Do you have any of you have anything that you want to improve? Good, good, wonderful. Now, would you love to have these challenges solved? You do? Okay. So now we live in the universe that speaks to us about our dreams and goals in 2 signals of growth. One of them is our longing. The other one is our discontent. So the longing for something you haven't yet created and the discontentment with current circumstances. These are important and essential energies for creating new results. So in other words, I can say the pain of your problem and the burning desire of what you want to achieve in life. So let me share with you my story. This is a time in my life when a longing pulled me toward what I wanted. So May 1st, 2014, not long ago, I sat across from a health coach. And for the last 2 years, I was so frustrated about my weight, about my total well-being. I followed experts say what experts said, eat this, not that, do this, not that. I followed directions. Still, I wasn't happy with the results. I could not figure out why my weight sometimes going up, sometimes going down. And I thought I was eating the same thing, more or less the same, but it was just fluctuating. So she looked at me with compassion and handed me a leaflet about the Institute for Integrative Nutrition. So the word integrative caught my attention. So I went online. that night and I check it out. So even I got in on a complimentary webinar the next day. So this program really spoke to me, and I felt this could be the answer to my longing. So by Monday, I was interviewed by someone from the admission office. She shared with me that the class would start May 12th, the deadline to register May 7th, and the registration fee was $1,500. So I didn't budget for this. Everything was moving so fast. I didn't have anything that immediately could say yes to it. But somehow I feel that a seat had been saved for me. So I said yes. So I paid the $1,500. So raise your hand if you have experienced a moment in life when you knew something was meant to be. That was that moment for me. So that evening, when my husband came home, I told him what had happened. He looked at me and asked, "Did you sign up?" So I nodded, "Yes, I did." "Well," he said, "if this is important to you, then we'll find the money to pay for the whole study." I felt, at that time, I felt relieved that I had his support. So May 12th arrived, and on the evening of that first day of class, my husband came home, walked into my office, and handed me a thick envelope. He motioned to me to open it. It was fresh 100 bills, 15 of them. So a client came to his office that afternoon and gave him a down payment to a wood carving item displayed in his office. This is a beautiful horse carving item from Indonesia, where I was from. We had been trying to sell this item for almost 10 years by then. Many people admired it, but no buyers until that afternoon. So this is what I call an out of the blue experience. Something just miraculously showed up for me. I broadcast what I wanted to the universe. I started with a decision and I claimed my spot in the absence of knowing how things would unfold. I certainly couldn't make it happen. I'm not that powerful, but I did make it welcome. And the universe was speeding the answer to me. So this program opened the door to many things for me. I love myself even more. I love my body. Before I even finished studying, a client came to me and chose me to guide her in her journey to health. I wrote a memoir and I launched that book on Amazon. And then I was offered a position at a non-profit organization in town, helping the community and high school students to live a life they love living. So that open door then led me into becoming a transformational coach. I shared this story with you to help you awaken a similar story that you have experienced before. I know you have more than one stories like this. You have more doors have opened for you. You can make this welcome more frequently in your life if you utilize the system, the tools, or the secrets that are available to you. Now, let me ask you a question. What is your dream? What is your next big dream? Let's fast forward. Fast forward all the way to the time when you are putting your head on the pillow for the last time. All of us will reach that point in life. All of us. So what is the one thing you would regret not doing? Think about it for a moment. This could be your dream. So in the Dream Builder program, which is one of the programs of the Brave Thinking Institute that I am certified in, there are 10 secrets or principle, you can call that will skyrocket your success when you apply them to your life. Now, you may ask, why do I keep referring to them as secrets? As if something is so mystical about it. Now, the reason is, as I mentioned before, most people live and die without knowing that they are more capable, much more capable than they realize. They don't utilize what they already have. They don't practice. They don't use the tools. Cognitively, they may know of them, but they don't know the power of knowing them. So they don't use them to their advantage. That's why these all remain as secrets. Now, here's my promise to you. Today, I am sharing 3 of these secrets with you, which you can immediately apply to help you create a life you absolutely love. And then I'm going to extend my support as a gift to you to help you integrate the information you learned today into your life. And I will share that special gift with you towards the end of this presentation. Now let's play a game. This is what I call the numbers game. Okay, let me explain it to you first. So in a moment, I will show a sheet of paper with numbers, number 1 until 50, not 1 to 50. So your job, I'm going to time you, your job is to mentally circle the numbers in numerical order. So number 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on and so forth. The goal is to find as many numbers as you can in numerical order within 30 seconds. Now, just so you know, this is not about a performance test, by the way. This is only to prove a point which I will explain to you later. Okay? Ladies, you ready? Go. $15 more seconds. And stop. Okay, you have a number in mind, right? That you have created. No?
No, I have a
At
number in
least
mind. I was
one.
laughing at Heather's comment. Got it.
Anybody created something, a score, a number? Everyone, I bet. At least 1 or 2, right? Now, so I'm going to show you a pattern to follow. So now imagine I fold this paper in 2, twice, top to bottom, left to right. So this is how it looks. So there are 4 quadrants. Now I'm going to show you now the pattern you can follow that has the potential to help you increase your results. Look at this. Number 1, number 2, number 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you can see that it follows a certain order, a certain pattern, where the numbers are ordered in a counterclockwise. Now that you know the pattern, let's repeat this exercise and see what your result will be. Ready? Go.
You said if they take her and we just meet her there, then at least
15 more seconds. and stop. Now, with a show of hand, how many of you circled more the second round than the first round? How many of you? There you go. There you go. It's not just a few, all of you, almost all of you, right? So now you were given the same resources, the same amount of time, the same numbers. You didn't increase your education. You didn't increase your money. You didn't increase your title or position. Everything's remained the same. Your age didn't increase, maybe by a few minutes or seconds. So what changed? Everything stays the same. What changed?
Pattern.
You can chat it in if you want. Pattern. Pattern, yeah. You gave us tool to use. Wonderful, Dana, yeah. Wonderful. So you found a new way of looking at it. You see a new pattern. That's what it is. So that means you expanded your awareness of this pattern or how to create the results. Oops, sorry. So in other words, this is what it means, that every one of you can improve the results you are getting in your life when you expand your awareness of the pattern for how to create those results, right? So now let's expand your awareness for success in the areas of life that matter to you. So there are 4 major domains of life, just like the paper: love and relationship, health and well-being, time and money, freedom and vocation. Every one of us has results in these areas of life. Now, the result you are getting in life in these areas are a perfect reflection of your awareness in these areas. Now, let's expand your awareness by studying the pattern that creates your results, or what I call results formula. And this is how it goes: thoughts cause feelings. So when you think of joyful thought, you feel happy. When you are worried or uncertain about something in your life, your family, your finances, you feel stressed or overwhelmed. So your thoughts affect your physiology. Now, feelings cause actions. By law, your feelings must be expressed into your actions. Let's try this out. Let's experiment. Put on the physical posture and facial expression of someone who is depressed. See? Interesting. We all know how to do that. Frowning, shoulders down, face down. Now, shake that out now. Now put on, good ladies, put on a body position of someone who is confident, happy, or just had a major success. Look at that. We immediately knew straight, we sit straight up, shoulders back, smile back on our face. So our feelings are expressed into our actions. When you feel confident and energized, you take different action than when you feel depressed, frustrated, or sad. Now, actions cause results. So it is our actions or lack of that create our results. So now follow me. Your thoughts create or cause your feelings. Feelings cause actions. Actions cause results. So what is the conclusion? You can shout it out or chat it in.
We can change our thoughts, we can change our feelings, which will change our actions and change our results.
There you go. So that means our results are determined by our thoughts. This is the law of cause and effect, the universal law, the law of the nature. Yet most people resist this concept. Most people look at the results, they look at their circumstances, their conditions, their situations, and they call them their causes. No, let me take that back. No, they don't call them their causes. They call them the be causes. I can't start a new career because I'm too old. I'd lose all my benefits. I can't take time off because I don't have vacation time. My boss is not gonna let me. I can't find the love of my life because I'm not young enough, I'm not thin enough, I'm not attractive enough. I can't because. Now, we all know the true cause of all the results is actually right here in the thought. Your results are caused by what you have been thinking. If you want to know what you have been thinking, just look at your results because your results never lie. Now, the good news is if you want to create new results in your life, just begin by creating new thinking, right? You don't deny the fact. The fact is the fact. But we can change our thinking about the fact. That is the secret number one called designing a dream. You must design and focus on your dream. So here's the question. What do you want? What would you truly love for your life? Write this down. Clarity is power. Without a clearly defined blueprint, you cannot build your dream. Just like you must have a clear blueprint if you want to build a house. So the same is true with your dream. When you become clear on what you really want in your life, you begin to see opportunities, ideas, resources that you would have otherwise missed. So let's design that blueprint for your dream. Let's make it crystal clear. Let's look again at that 4 domains of life. For the purposes of today, I invite you to choose only one area that you would love to improve the most. So where you would love to see results. Later, you can apply this exercise to other areas of life. Now, I invite you also to give yourself permission to imagine, like you did when you were a kid. Many of us had a rich imagination when we were a kid. Nothing was impossible. We didn't think about our circumstances, our conditions. We just declared what we wanted, right? An astronaut, a fireman, a movie star, a dancer, a ballerina, a doctor, many things. Now I challenge you to dream big again right now. Here's how we are going to unlock your imagination with this simple question you ask yourself in case I haven't said it enough. What would you love in your life? You receive different answers inside yourself when you ask, what would I love? Compared to, what do I think I can do? What does the economy say I can do? What does my bank account say I can do? What does my current situation say I can do? Here's worse yet. What do other people think I should do? So for a moment, just lean into this question. What would I love in this area of my life? And I'm going to take you into a process called the time machine. So take your pen and paper and write this statement across the top of your page. I am so happy and grateful now that ... I'm inviting you at this moment to imagine you are traveling 3 years into the future. So 3 years into the future today, everything you wanted completely worked out. So here's what's important. Suspend your judgment. Just write what you truly love to create an experience in life. I'm going to give you 1 minute later. So I'm just giving the instruction at the moment. So write what you truly love in your life, what you want to create, to feel, to experience, to give, to share. Suspend your judgment. You don't need to know the how. Only focus on what you truly love. Yes, remember, you remember my story before. I did not know how. I only made it welcome. So you can create what you love by making it welcome. And then as you write it down, when you write it down, use short sentences, just 6 to 8 words. Don't write an essay, not for today. And use present tense. It is happening right now. That life already here for you. There is no I will, I'm going to, I would like. No. Just claim it, decide for it. So say, I live, or I have and live in an inviting 4-season tropical home, for instance. You include descriptive words like inviting, refreshing, thrilling, thriving, illuminating, that type of thing. So let that invoke a feeling from you. Okay? Ready? You can start. 1 minute. Thirty more seconds. Three, two, one, and stop. Okay, pens down, and you can write to be continued. Now realize you are on your way. This is the beginning of designing a life you would love. Now that you have started with a defined a dream, let me share a story with you. So this is a story about a fisherman, a young fisherman who goes to a great fishing dream he's heard about. So he gets there, he throws in his line in the water, and he waits. And then he looks down the river bank. There is an older fisherman in there. This older fisherman is just pulling in one fish after another. Every fish the man pulls out of the stream, he unhooks it, measures it by a measuring stick. If it's bigger than the stick, the fisherman tosses the fish back in the stream. If it's smaller, he puts it in his bucket. So the young fisherman is watching all of this, and he was thinking to himself, why is he throwing all the big fish back and keeping the little ones? Do they get bony if they get bigger or something? What's going on here, he said. Then he goes down and he interrupts this old man, and he says, could you explain to me about why you throw the big fish back and keep the little ones? Do they get bony if they get big or something? So this old man looks at him and says, oh, Sonny, look at this, he said. See that measuring stick there on the edge of the river bank? So the young man says, oh yeah, I see that. The old man goes, I just measure every fish that I catch by that stick, because that stick is measured at exactly the size of the frying pan I use at home. Now, we might laugh at a fisherman that would be like that. But you know, subconsciously, we all do that. The stream of life tosses us a big fish. It's an idea, it's a possibility, it's a possible future for our business, for our family, for our life. And we measure that idea by the frying pan or the life we have. And we say, well, I don't have the education, I don't have the money, I don't have the age, I'm too old, I don't have the credentials. My frying pan does not hold that dream. And subconsciously, we throw that fish back, or that idea or that dream back into the stream of life. Now, you may throw fish back into the river all day long, but you cannot stop growth. Growth is the most natural order of life. Every living being wants to grow. Just look at this evidence. Even the thickest, strongest cement block could not contain these plants to grow. And the same is true with us humans. So think about this for a second. Now look back at what you just wrote down as your dreams. Now let me ask you, if you know for sure that these dreams, 100% guaranteed that they are coming true, how would you feel right now if your dreams come true? Relief, happy. Now, the only thing that is standing between you and this knowingness is a decision. And that is secret number 2. Deciding for your dream. You can only bring your dream into reality once you decide. Napoleon Hill, author of the book Think and Grow Rich, most of you know, concluded his study of 500 successful people with this statement. Highly successful people formed the habit of making decisions quickly and changing them seldom, if ever, he said, while unsuccessful people made decisions slowly and changed them frequently. So it is the decisions that you are willing to make that shape your life. Now you have a blueprint now. You wrote down your dreams and you have decided for them. Now let's explore secret number 3, which involves overcoming what stops most people from bringing their dream right into their reality. Now check this in. Can you guess what stops most people from bringing their dream right into reality? Fear, Dana says. There be causes, absolutely. Hesitations, doubt, worried, everything we can lump into fear. Now, most great dream building requires the ability to suspend knowing how and taking action in the absence of knowing all the answers, right? That's what I shared before. Because when you dream, when you decide for a dream, there's always a part of you that says, yeah, yes, I like this. This is my dream. But there's also a part of you that says, ooh, how am I going to do that? I've never done it before. Who do I think I am? I don't have what it takes. What is that voice? That is the voice of fear. It's a part of you, only a part of you, that wants things to stay status quo. This is not a good time. Wait until later. You don't have the money. That's irresponsible. That's the voice that says, you don't have the experience, you don't have the credentials, you don't have the look, you don't have the face, you don't have everything. And then it will ask you, what if you fail? Okay, So what if we fail? How many of you have had failure before in life? Every one of us have. When you were babies, all of us, when we were babies, we started out as non-walkers, right? And then as a non-walker, you saw people around you and you wanted that level of freedom for yourself. You wanted to be upright and not to be floor bound. So what did you do? You rose up, tried to take a first step, and then you fell down. So when you were learning to walk as babies, never once did you fall down and then you think to yourself, well, that's it then. I guess I'm not meant to be a walker. No, you rose up, you kept going. And with each try, you took a new step, new steps, more steps, until finally you became a walker. Now, something happens though when we become adults. We stop giving ourselves permission to fall down. So if we fall down in business, we say, I guess I'm not meant to be a business owner. If we fall down in love, we say, I guess love isn't in the card for me. It is falling down and rising up that's actually the secret to achieving your dreams. We must befriend our fear and give ourselves permission to fail enough to succeed. And that is the secret number 3, which is guiding you on how to befriend your fear. What do I mean by this? That means doing the thing you really want to have, even when fear rises and tries to stop you. So make fear your friend, because fear and failure are prerequisites for achieving great dreams. Now, how do we give power to the part of us that wants to move forward, especially when we hear the voice that wants us to play small? Now, there is a whole process to this that I take my clients through the process in my class, in my program. But for the purposes today, I'm going to give you one thing you can do. So now notice when your thought is going toward limitations. Interrupt that thought. Refocus your mind on your dream and take an action. So this is why very important, writing down your dream, the blueprint that we talked about earlier. When your dream is clear, you can easily go back to it and reconnect with it. This action is key because it tells your subconscious mind that you are serious about your new results. And over time, the old paradigms, if you keep doing this, the old paradigm will begin to dissolve away. So that is another part of secret number 3, which is reconnect to your dream. So here's the important part, the important step you must remember to do. You must do or take that action as soon as possible. The minute you have it, take it. Now look at the dreams that you have written earlier. I suggest and invite you, browse through it, and then select just one for an experiment here, for a test. Select one that has the most electricity, meaning the one that speaks the most to you. Select one, and then ask this question. What's one action I can take that would move me in the direction of this dream? There's got to be at least one action step you can write. Now, suspend your judgment. Don't say that, oh, yeah, but that's difficult. Oh, but I have to wait. No. No prerequisite. Just say, this is the dream that speaks to me, and this is the action. Don't let yourself off the hook here. So write that action next to that dream. And here's the next one. Put a date and a time when you will take that action. Don't go too long. Usually the best thing will be within 24 to 70 hours, 72 hours. Put the date, put the time, and you commit to that, and then take the action when the time comes. That's how you serve your dream. By doing this, you inform your subconscious mind already that you are serious about this dream. And that's how the universe collaborates with you and speeds the answers to you. The choices and actions you take today are who you become tomorrow. Okay, so here's my promise. I have a gift for you, and then I will close with a story. But first, let's recap first what we have covered. So secret number one is designing your dream. So you must have a clear blueprint of what you want. Secret number two is the power of decision. So you must decide for the thing you love in the absence of knowing how. That is the key. Secret number three, befriend your fear, because fear and failure are prerequisites for achieving your dreams. So when you are wobbling, just reconnect with your dream. So these are just 3 out of 10 secrets to building dreams. Are they helpful to you?
They're very
Okay,
helpful. It
thank
makes
you.
me want to know all 10.
Wonderful. So are they easy enough to implement? Which one do you think, out of these 3, which one do you think would be the most difficult or most challenging to implement?
For me, it's befriending your fear.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, same here.
Same, yeah. That actually is the most that most people, everyone that I asked, I was included in that. That was the most difficult, is befriending the fear. You're right. The most challenging is because the limiting paradigms will always try to get us. And then soon enough, and the sound, the voice, the excuses that the paradigm uses is our own voice, our own experience, the things that we say to ourselves when we are fearful. So that sounds very logical, very real. That is what I call our default system. So we easily default to that. But we also know that we cannot grow by default. We can only grow by design. So because there is no growth in the comfort zone, in the familiar places, right? So here's my gift to you. You have learned through a number exercise, the numbers game, that there is an invisible pattern to success. And when you expand that awareness, your awareness of that pattern, your results naturally increase. Now, do you believe that if your dream that you just selected, the one with the action step, if that dream comes to fruition, would it make a difference in your life? It would. So here's the key, to take the first step as soon as possible. Now, let me ask you, would you love some support to step into that dream or vision immediately? Would you love to get help on integrating the secrets you learned today into your life and start living the life you love? Wonderful. So between my, thank you, Georgianne, Shamin. So between my speaking engagements, coaching schedule, I carve out some time every week, what I call clarity session. So this is a 60-minute phone call or Zoom conversation where I help you get clear on exactly where you are, what you would love to create, and the next most important step you can take that will move you in the direction of your dream. So this is a private one-on-one session that's valued at $400. Now, if you are ready to invest in achieving your dream, your next step is a clarity session with me. Listen to what the thoughts say in your mind. This clarity session with me, I'm giving it to you at no charge. Now, here another thought showing up in your mind. So text me. Text me your name, your email, your phone number. This is my number. You can text. You can find me on Facebook or LinkedIn, messenger me, and tell me if you want to take on this offer, this support, and I will email you the link to schedule the session. I have blocked off sometimes, even today, actually, starting today. So here's the final story. This is an old story about a man who goes to the bank to cash a check. So this man goes to the teller and he asks, "Can you cash this check for me, please?" So the teller looks at it and says, "Oh yes, of course, I can cash this check for you. Just sign your name on the back of it and I'll give you the money." And the man says, whoa, wait a minute. I don't want to sign my name on the back of that check and hand it to you. You'll be holding my check with my name on it. You might decide not to give me the money. So the teller says, "Well, sir, you have to sign your name on the back of that check before I can give you the money. It's banking policy." The man argues back and forth, and the teller finally says, "I'm so sorry. I don't think I can help you." So the man goes to the next bank, and the next bank. He goes through the same routine, and he is refused service every time. And then finally, in the last bank, the teller has just had it with this man arguing on and off. She pulls out a rubber baseball bat from underneath her seat, reaches across the counter, she whacks the man on the head and says, "Sign the darn check." The man startled. He signs the check, hands it over, and he gets his money. So with money in hand, the man goes back to the first bank, goes up to the first teller and says, "Hey, look, down the street, I got my money." So the teller looks at him and says, "Sure, but I bet even down the street, you had to sign your name first on the back of that check." So the man says, "Well, yeah, I did. But you see, no one ever explained it to me the way they did." I love this story. You know why? Because I believe on many levels, this is my story, and this is your story. We go to the teller of life. We go to our imagination. We go to our dream for our life, for our business, and we say, "I really want my life to be like this, my career to be like this. I want my income, my relationship, my health to be like this." And we describe it. And then life says to us, "Great. Then go ahead, sign your name to it first. Become the thing you say you want, and I will cash that check for you." But we back up and we often say, "Oh, no. Give me the resources first." In other words, when the economy is good, when my career is growing, when my children are out of college, when I have the money, the time, when I got my confidence, when things change first around me, then I will sign my name to it. Then I will commit to the thing I say I want. Think about it. How often do we respond this way? We must be willing to sign our name to the thing we want and take action in the absence of knowing all the steps if we love to have our dream. But once we do, even in the absence of perfect conditions, the whole manner of things begin to happen and rush to your aid for the fulfillment of that decision. You remember my story. So here's the takeaway from this story. So if you want to cash your check, you need to fill out the amount and sign your name on that check. So in terms of your dream, that means be specific and clear about what you want. And then putting your name on that check means you must decide by saying, yes, this is my life. This is the life that I would love to live. So ladies, you have incredible power within you. This is your moment. Today is your day to take that bold action. Claim your spot, get clarity on what you love, welcome the support that's offered to you. These are all decisions you must take. You must make the action that will make a difference in your life. So it's been a privilege and an honor to be spending time today with you. I thank you very much, Megan, all the ladies, Heather, that invited me here and connected me to Megan and Laura. All of you powerful beings with dreams. And so it is.
Thank you for all of that. I think it's very impactful, especially right now with everything going on. I think it's a wonderful, relevant message for all of us to hear. And, you know, feel free, everyone, if you have questions, put them in there now. I know we're almost at time, but I felt compelled to share something with everyone here. So I've been working a lot, probably the past year or so on really kind of self-awareness, self-growth. And still my biggest thing is not letting that fear take me out of reaching towards those goals. But I had kind of an enlightening moment a few weeks ago when I was hanging out with one of my girlfriends who was also down the same path. And one, if you have women like this, and thankfully all of us here are on this path as well. So if anyone, is going through anything, you have wonderful people here to support you. Definitely, we put the chat number in there to sign up for that personalized 60 minutes. Definitely take advantage of that. But I loved how you had us go through, circle a dream and list, what would be the action that we would take next. And me being this super stressed, anxious person all the time, the first time that I did kind of a similar exercise to that, I started to get very overwhelmed. I started to think about, oh my gosh, well, I need to do this. I need to do this. I need to do this. This needs to change in my life. And this needs to change in my life. And then I took a second and I took a deep breath. And I realized I was making it out a lot harder than it needed to be. And so I just wanted to share with you guys one of my things when you said, I am so happy and grateful now that ... One of mine was, I have unconditional love. And then I had to think of an action associated with that. And it's not as complicated as it needs to be. This could be the smallest of things. The thing that I wrote is just serve from an unconditional place. It had nothing to do with figuring out a certain situation or going this way or going that way. It's just taking a deep breath and reminding ourselves that we can serve from that exact space of what we're searching for. And it takes the stress levels down immensely and makes it something that is actually attainable and doesn't stress us out to take that next step. And so I know many of us here have the same A-type personality. And I just wanted to remind everyone, it doesn't have to be this big, 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 big decision. It can be the smallest of decisions, but as long as it aligns with that vibrational energy, that goal that we're ultimately searching for, even if it's the smallest of step, it doesn't matter.
Now, that was a really good thing that you mentioned, Megan. So this is another thing I want to share with you. When this thing shows up in your mind, that doesn't make you a bad person. It doesn't make you, like I'm not smart. No. These are common things. Everyone thinking this way. I was like that. I'm better now because I know the tools. But even then, I still have that. So I come to a point saying that fear is always there. It's just the way we look at it now different, because fears are prerequisite for creating new results. Because if that fear doesn't show up, we may very well stay in the comfort zone for a long time. That awareness that we are fearful, that is a shift already. That's already a shift because we realize it. Sometimes some people in the past, I get just, going like tossed between places and then get panic. When I could identify that it is fear, that's already a progress because we're aware of it. So thank you, Ruby. You were saying that, oh, yes. Thank you, Dana and Georgianne, Shamin, Debbie, Stephanie. Thank you very much. Thank you for your comment. I appreciate all of you. Any questions, ladies? Did you capture?
More insights, ladies. Let's share some insights.
Mm-hmm.
And speaking of, while we wait just for some insights too here, another thing that has really helped me with disassociating from the fear so much and being so attached to it, and I mentioned this in the email prior to you, is getting out of my head and getting into my heart. And the second that I can serve from kind of a heart space, which is challenging. I don't think a lot of people actually have ever, when you know if you've been feeling from a heart space, but it can be challenging. But I've just noticed that the more that I can connect with my heart, and sometimes just touching it. Part of the reason I was so just excited to have you too, and I knew that you were just going to be this embodiment of everything that we need, is your picture. You're feeling your heart space and you're serving from your heart space, and it's a beautiful thing. So if you guys are ever in that fear and you can't disassociate from it, just take some deep breaths and just hold your heart. And that honestly sometimes is just enough to get back into that grounded space where we don't have fear.
Very true.
Here we go. When my fears start to creep in, I say, I am enough. This always helps calm and center me. That is beautiful. Thank you for sharing that.
Beautiful, Susan.
I
can suggest one more. Put one more word there. I am more than enough. Because you are much more capable. Much more.
We are all worthy of these things. It's our birthright.
Yes.
Inge said, I have trouble designing my dream because I live in a state of fear. I can't wait to get out of the fear and figure out what I want in life. Clarity can be a very challenging part. I often find that during that, it's also a lot of being patient with yourself and not getting so frustrated. And when we can be in that space, the clarity tends to come a little bit easier.
Yeah. So that is a good point, that Dana. It is challenging at the beginning, but if you know the tools, it becomes easier. So if you imagine this, we all were given toolbox when we arrive on this planet. It's especially with our name on the toolbox. And then we started using them. And then we noticed that everybody else actually have the same toolbox. It looks the same. And then we go about doing our life. We never bring our toolbox. We just leave it at home. So we go around, and then when we need something, we borrow somebody else's tool. Oh, I can borrow yours. I can borrow yours, because they look the same. And then ended up, we live somebody else's plan, somebody else's tools, somebody else's. It dawned on me when I realized that, simply because we were here, there was a party going on, and then we would make crafts and arts and crafts, and then somebody borrowing a pair of scissors. So I give the scissors. And then I was watching this lady trying to cut paper. She is left-handed. And then it dawned on me, and I thought, oh my gosh. I thought everybody can use everybody else's tool. Each tool is created uniquely for you. Don't borrow somebody else's tool, somebody else's plan. Use your tool, because it's given to you and created for you. That will be my takeaway.
I love it. I love how you have shared so many stories with us and just shared your heart, and you continue to serve your purpose in this world. And it's a beautiful gift to see that. And I think all of us are
Thank you.
walking away with so much. So thank you for your time
Thank
today.
you.
And
You're very, very welcome. Yes, have a great day. It's a beautiful day. It's sunny. We decide whether today is going to be a beautiful day or not. We decide. So thank you, ladies. Thank you, Megan. Thank you, Heather.